Hey again! This is going to be BJD Prompt number 3. It'll be a little harder because I don't really have any funny stories to share with you off the top of my head. I have some simple ones, but I haven't really had my dolls long enough to have any funny stories. I guess I'll hold Anna Maria while I shoot this video so you have something pretty to look at in her original outfit, because it's almost Halloween, so she's going to be Alice. For those of you who didn't see the previous video of my explanation of her outfit change. So, I can tell you about when I got her, when she finally came in the mail. I was up at a friend's house, up the hill. It takes about 30-40 minutes to get to their house. And I was wigging out because I knew she was coming that day, and I was like, "Oh, Mom, will you please call me and tell me if she gets there and blah, blah." I, at the end of the day, had no hope because the EMS normally comes, or UPS, excuse me, normally comes between 1 and 5 at my house. So I was like, oh, I guess she'll be a day later. So I hung out at my friend's house. I was having a sleepover. I didn't have any reception. And I got, like, this text had been sent hours, but I hadn't gotten it because there was no reception at their house. So when I finally got to a place with reception, my phone buzzed, and it said that that the doll was there, because my mom texted me. So I yank all my friends in the car, screaming at the top of my lungs, "We gotta go! We gotta go! We gotta go!" They're like, "What's the problem?" I'm like, "My doll's here!" And, like, threw them all in the car. They never leave their house. They're a little bit afraid of the outdoors. I love them to death, but they're a little bit afraid of leaving the house, which is why I always visit them. But anyway, so I get those two in the car who are also in the doll hobby, and 2 others who are in my BJD group. Throw them in the car, and these are narrow country roads. Like, this is ridiculous. They are so narrow and windy, and deers pop out every 20 minutes, so you have to be really careful that you don't kill an animal and wreck your car. I was like 60 down this road, like weaving like that, like crazy, and they were like in the back, like doing unintentional jello and screaming, "Oh my God, we're gonna die! We're gonna die for a fucking doll!" and screaming at the top of their lungs. And when they won't drive with me anymore, by the way. After that, they've never been in the car with me again. So we get to my house, and I rip the box open. I didn't take a box opening video because I couldn't wait. I took box opening pictures. My mom took box opening pictures because she wanted, I don't know, she was excited for me. So I ripped open the box, and I found her, and I took her with me back up to the house, which they were very fearful because they thought they were going to die going down. I was really calm going back, but they were like this, like gripping to the seat as I drove back up there to their house. It takes 40 minutes or so to get from their house to my house, 30 to 40 minutes. I got there in 10. I was determined to get my friggin' doll. So that's my story of how I got Anna Maria. Another little story is I had Anna Maria, and I was practicing her standing. I wanted to see if she could stand in her shoes, her new shoes, in her in her other outfit that I normally have her in. And I had her up. For those of you who watched prompt number 2, you'll know this story. I had been making my bed, luckily, and I had her on standing up, and I was taking some pictures, and I walked away, and when I came back, I hear this thud, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I ran back in. She's on the floor, her wig is off, her head had popped off and rolled across the room, and I was like screaming, freaking out, having my first panic attack, like when your first child scrapes their knee or something. Like, I was freaking out, so I run over. Luckily, I'd been making the bed, so there were pillows all over the floor, and she landed on one of the pillows. So that was my my saving grace. So I was able to get her head back on with no problem, which was very lucky, and she was fine, but I still have panic attacks and freak out attacks that she's going to fall on the ground if I don't set her right. So now I constantly put pillows below her when I'm taking photos so that if she falls, I have a saving grace. My other story is Kit. If you watched the previous video, you'd know that I had my mother ship him to get his face up, and she shipped him through the post office instead of UPS. And it took him like 2 to 3 months to get to Soft Poison's house in the Netherlands to get a face up. And I thought hope was lost, and I was crying, and I was just upset because it's, 1, I love the doll, 2, I love the wig, and 3, it's $200 down the drain. So after 2 months, Soft Poison emailed me and said, hey, he came. And I was so relieved because I had been fighting with my mom that she owes me $200 for shipping it wrong, which is bratty, I know, but I was not happy. It's hard-earned money right there. But he got there, and he got shipped back with a beautiful face. I love it. He gets, one more time, he gets his body pretty soon. Sorry, I'm the one freaking out about that. I'm really excited. So, those are my only stories right now because I don't really take my dolls enough places yet, and I haven't gone to enough BJD group meetups yet. So, yeah, those are my only stories. I think this is the shortest video I've made, so I'll be skipping prompt number 4. I realize that it's prompt number 4 now. That's the backstories because Anna Maria doesn't have a backstory. My floating head Midgie doll Gina has no name and no story. No plan whatsoever. Kit is the only one with a backstory. And since I've gotten so many people who love him so much, I'm really excited to tell you his backstory to get you more into him. But I won't be doing it until he gets his body and clothing because it'll be more fun. More of a memorable event. So, yeah, you'll find out about the backstory later. I'm going to skip to prompt number 5 when I make it, so stay tuned for prompt number 5. Bye, guys!